Jungle fever, jungle fever. Oh, hi, friend. I was just reading an article that unfortunately puts Mormonism in a negative light. Now, usually when we find articles that would put our religion in a negative light, it means they're wrong. They're usually trash. And what do we do with trash? We throw it away. Then we can take our questions to any local Mormon. We can also go onto the interwebs at www.lds.org. Actually, start at www.mormon.org. That website has been carefully designed for non-Mormon people. It doesn't matter. Precept upon precept. Never mind. I have basically gone to the trouble, you're welcome, I don't want you to have to do this yourself, and especially alone, to write down the things that people are complaining about why the Mormons are racist. We are not racist. I'm wearing black. And also, I have a black friend. In fact, he was interviewed and put on the cover of the Ensign magazine, which also was then shown on LDS.org. So that's great. Also at conference. Conference! Oh my gosh, conference is happening in a few days. Behave, Elder Packer, please! The conference is awesome. You're gonna love it. And the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, they pan across the black people, and there's like 2 or 3 in the choir, and they're singing songs, and they show them like 100 times. So by the end, you're like, oh my gosh, we are so diverse because we are. It's a small world after all. So come to conference, find a Mormon, and get tickets, and wear nice clothes. So, firstly, the Book of Mormon curse. The Book of Mormon is the perfect word of God. Yes. So everything in it is true. It has to be. But I have almost never heard. I've never really gone to church and had people say, you should open your scriptures to the chapter where it says that black people are cursed. That doesn't happen. If you think that that's what happens at Mormon church, you would be mistaken. You should come though. If you would come, you have to come. That's how you're gonna learn. Okay, it was changed in the Book of Mormon. There was a phrase that said, you can become a white and delightsome people. But it was changed. That's not what we meant. Well, it's not what God meant. It is what he meant. Okay, the only reason it was changed was because the world, in its wickedness, decides that certain things are racist. And if you call something white, you're talking about race, and that's not what it is. So it's a pure and delightsome people. That's what God meant. And he, not us, he changed it because of all of this confusion. So, also, you know, we love the Bible and the Book of Mormon, and the Doctrine and Covenants especially, but we have a modern prophet. Modern revelation. Hello. Have you been listening to anything that we've said? We've said so many times. It's so simple to understand. Basically, what that means is that if there are things in the scriptures that are no longer relevant, then they can be corrected by modern prophets. President Thomas S. Monson, who I've met, seriously, he speaks for God now. Or God speaks for him, it doesn't matter. But whatever the prophets say can sort of supersede what we find in our scriptures. So, now, the article knew that, and it said that Brigham Young taught that black people were cursed. They were the spawn of the devil. That's not racist. It's been misinterpreted by people like you. We don't believe that they come from the devil. We believe that men are punished for their own sins and not for the articles of faith. There are songs, and it's so much fun. So you would think that it would be weird that if we believe that everyone is punished for their own sins, and we don't believe in the fall, and that's what makes Mormons so different, because we are different. We are a peculiar people. You would think that we wouldn't judge them based on a characteristic that they cannot control. Except Michael Jackson, he could control it for some reason. So maybe they could have done that. It doesn't matter. But Brigham Young taught these things. He did teach that the punishment for interracial marriage was death on the spot. I know, it seemed harsh when I thought about it the first time too, so I stopped thinking about it. That's the easiest way to do this. Yes, okay, fine. But Brigham Young did teach that everything that he said was true. He was very outspoken about, you know what, did we or did we not close the archives? Why are we still dealing with this? Someone in Salt Lake will get back to you right away, I promise. Okay, the priesthood, actually, that is a misconception. As it was, Joseph Smith did give black people the priesthood. Most Mormons don't know this themselves. It would be difficult to try to justify why they briefly had it and then it was taken away, but it's true that he did give it to them. And so to say that we've denied black people entrance into our priesthood until the late 20th century is a lie. And if you continue to call Mormons racist, we will stare at you, and we will have no idea what you're saying, because we know that we aren't. In fact, there were early members of the church that were black, and there weren't political or peer pressure or anything that would cause them to say this, but they agreed that black people might not be ready for the priesthood yet. We knew why. It was a test. It's because they were cursed. It's because interestingly, there was a Mormon scholar recently who said that it was just because that the priesthood is a lot of responsibility. And we didn't want to have to ask our black brothers and sisters to take that on right then. So we were looking out for them. You're welcome. It's not imperialistic at all. But we did deny black people into our priesthood until 1978. I suppose it could be considered tardy with respect to the civil rights movement. But it wasn't. This is God's time, and we do not do things that are politically expedient. So not racist. It wasn't racist. We treat all people equally now. Okay, in fact, all of the reasons of why we denied black people into the priesthood and said all these, things that might seem nasty, but remember in Mormonism, things aren't always what they seem they are. What might be painfully obvious to everyone else is not to us, and we know that we're right. So you should see things from our perspective, because accurate Mormonism is what Mormons say that it is. Okay, so that makes sense. Everyone, all religions are like that. Stop picking on us. But the current prophet has dismissed these things as folklore. Folklore. It's a fun word. Popcorn, fun on the apricot. Fun things are fun. It's folklore. So we know that we said it was doctrine and that it was true and that it was these things, but now it's not. Okay, so we listen to what the prophet says right now. So basically, we're not racist. Okay, we love black people. We believe that all people of all races should be treated equally now. At the same time, in the same breath, we cannot apologize. You understand why? We cannot apologize. We cannot come out and say, we are so sorry that we denied black people, because we're not. Because we weren't being racist. It's just, the world has decided to define us as racist, but the world can't decide what racist is. And if black people think that we were racist, they simply don't understand racism. I mean, why would they understand what racism means? The Lord understands, and the Lord would never be racist, so the Lord wasn't, okay? So the point is, we want to help you understand, okay? We know that this might seem strange or confusing, but it's not, okay? We weren't racist, we've never been racist. We can't have been, the Lord wouldn't have let us be, and let's just leave us alone, okay? We treat everyone equally now, and if you're uncomfortable with the fact that we don't want to go back and acknowledge it, no offense, but too bad. Because we can't, we're not arrogant, we aren't racist. We can't, on principle, we just can't, okay? Okay, so that's all. We are not racist. Everyone is equal, okay? Alright, well that's all for now. Bye.